Welcome back here to the vlog, and welcome here to Papua New Guinea. My name is Ryan, heading out on just like a 15-minute flight to Ibuy. It's a gorgeous day out. I can fly by myself, and best yet, it is a Friday. Go ahead and get started. On and low start. It's coming up, oil pressure is coming in, fuel flow is still 0. Introduce my fuel. Flow is coming in. Energy is coming up. And ITT is just coming up at a nice slow rate today. Then disconnect the start cart today. Now that he's disconnected it, we'll go generator on. It spikes up for just a brief second. Alternator on. Aux bus. Make sure I got my air going. You can see how smoky it is ahead of me today. We've just had a lot of fires. It's been so dry this week. It's been just a beautiful week for flying, but all the smoke just sits around 8,000 or 9,000 feet and below and just fills up the whole valley. So once you get above it, it's like a perfect line of smoke. Well, I've been flying all week with Brad, so this is actually kind of a treat to go do a flight by myself and not have to explain. Well, I guess I'm explaining all my thoughts with you guys, but it's a little bit less. My brand new camera just stopped working on me, so we'll see how much I missed. Ibuy is by far the hardest place that I feel like I have to land here, and it's not because it's necessarily, it's on an 11% slope, cut out on the side of a mountain with an 80-foot drop off at the end, which is exciting and all, but it's usually the winds that make it really difficult to land there. So I'm hoping that there's no winds. I've been told that there's no winds out there, which is great. And it's a Friday, and that's what I kind of need right now. To end my week is just a nice, easy flight, 15 minutes out, 15 minutes back. Ignition, inlet, and lights. We'll do our seatbelt harnesses. We're 24 degrees Celsius, so 1330 for 1380. November Tango Echo ready for departure. Ignition condition flaps 22.
Tango Echo. Possible traffic here in the Bravo departed area for Bosavi via Normandie time 17. And not about 10,000. Estimating Normandie 3717 left, right 10 cleared to takeoff.
17 left, right turn, clear takeoff. Copy. Sierra into Bravo, no Tango Echo. Here we go. 1330. Rotate 61. Airspeed is alive, 720 on the ITT. And thank you, Bug, for splattering my windshield. There we go. Alright, we're just going to pitch for 85 knots initially. And once we're over 85, we'll start getting our flaps out. So smoky, I can't even see 7 miles to the ridge over there. That's pretty crazy. About 0 degrees of flaps. Over 90 and climbing. Get rid of our terrain so I can see what I'm looking at here. Tower November Tango Echo departed time 28, tracking 240 on climb not above 8,000. Estimating Ibuy 41.
Tango Echo, copy not above 8,000, contact must be 120.1, no contact 6538, 15 southwest.
120.16538, 15 southwest, November Tango Echo. Alright, now I'm seeing the mountain ridge.
Tower Alpha Hotel Papa, MAF ramp request taxi, Marawaka, 10 POB.
Alright, as you guys can see from the chart here, let me just get my autopilot set up on heading mode. So the length of Ibuy is 454 meters, which is this many feet. Elevation is, I think this is our highest one that I go to, is just shy of 6,500 feet MSL. So yeah, density altitude, you definitely feel it here. I would say most of our airstrips are around 5,000 maybe. And so you just kind of get used to that, so you don't really feel it unless it's a really hot afternoon. Ibuy, even in the morning, I do feel the takeoff density altitude. I'm like, man, the climb performance is just not there. Wind can be strong by 10 a.m. It says well-maintained and smooth surface. It is well-maintained, but it's not a smooth surface where touchdown is. It's a very rough surface. And it's really hard to see which ones are clouds and which ones are smoke. Let's see, autopilot off there for a second. All right, well, anyways, I'm going to be heading directly kind of where that little cliff area is out there. So we'll just head that way for now. There we go, now it's clearing up. Moresby 1201, November Tango Echo transfer.
November Tango Echo, Moresby, go ahead.
Morning, November Tango Echo, 15 miles to the west-southwest, Goroka 8000. Estimating Ibuy circuit 39er. Copy, Sierra Bravo. Bring our torque back to 1250.
November Tango Echo. Eric UNH 1008, no additional traffic to Sierra Bravo. Call again, Ibuy, HF 6598.
1008, no extra additional traffic, and 6598 Ibuy, November Tango Echo, secondary. Alright, I have not been on the radios in like a couple of weeks, so I gotta get back into like talking on the radio and flying and everything. It's amazing how quickly you become unproficient when you're just instructing and telling somebody else what to do and what to think and what they're seeing in front of them. So, but something really exciting that I forgot to mention is already down in Australia, they've got a YouTube channel called Mr. Buckaroonie, and he organized getting the funds to provide a bunch of like athletic balls, sports balls like rugby balls and footballs and soccer balls, tennis balls, frisbees, volleyballs, things like that that I can start donating to the places that I fly for. So this is the first time, I just got it this week, that I'm going to be able to donate some balls out to the school out here in Ibuy. So I'm excited about that. So thank you, Buck, for arranging all of that and working out all the details. And then, yeah, we just flew them up on one of our Cairns flight this past week. So, yeah, in the next couple months, you'll probably start seeing me giving out those in a lot more places. It sounds like we have quite a few, a couple hundred of them, I think, that we're going to be giving out, as well as some, like, goggles and stuff. So next time I head out to cavying, we've got some friends out there, and so I'm hoping to be able to give them goggles and snorkels and stuff, because they do a lot of fishing and spear fishing and things like that, so the people there, so... The runway heading is 23. At this point, I'm going to hit my OBS, runway 230, which we're almost lined up on. And it extends my center line right here, those little magenta boxes. Because it's so hazy and sometimes it's hard to see. Okay, I have my toes off. It's hard to see exactly where it is. So we'll fly right over top of it and enter into our pattern. Alright, this cliff sure is beautiful though, isn't it? There's a cool cave I've shown you guys on another one of my flights, just down halfway down this massive cliff face. We're going to turn final 6850, correction 6950. So we're going to come down here to our minimums, turn them on. Actually the touchdown zone's it's 6850. Touchdown zone's 100 feet lower, so 6850. And that way, when I get to that altitude, Betty will remind me, don't go any lower, that I'm at my minimums. This one, because of the whole valley just drops off, it kind of throws a lot of visual cues off, and so I tend to get low on my final, turning final, if I don't have something like this set up to remind me. All stations Ibuy and Sierra Bravo, November Tango Echo, 900 miles to run, Ibuy 8000 on descent. Estimating Ibuy 401.
November Tango Echo, Sierra Bravo, we're overhead no money, 10,000 on climb, 12,000, departing to the west.
November Tango Echo. We're 8,000 feet here, just on descent. We've got 1 knot of wind, which is, that's good. If we had 6 to 10 knots up here, that would be bad. Because what happens is the winds are coming this way, which is going to push you into the hill so much faster. So you're already landing on a hill, you have to come in, you have to match the slope before you pull power and flare. So when you're already adding 5 knots already to give you enough momentum to be able to match the slope and flare. Otherwise, because that's a pretty big transition going from there, and if you're at your VREF and you try to match the slope, you'll already start hitting your stall horn, and you won't have any momentum to flare again and ease it onto the ground. You just smack the ground, which is what I did last time. So this time, We're 6,700 pounds. We're going to be landing at 72 knots. I'm going to add 5 pounds. I'm going to add 5 knots. So 77 knots on my final. I did 4 knots last time, and then I got slow, and then my landing was just a hard landing, and I don't want that today. I've tried 3 knots, it wasn't enough. So I'm going to try 5 knots this time. All stations, Ibuy, November Tango Echo, joining the circuit for an overhead. Ibuy. 6598, November Tango Echo, in the circuit, Ibuy, report after landing.
November Tango Echo.
10 degrees of flaps, push our prop forward. Got 4 knots of tailwind here. I've got a maximum of 5 knots tailwind for landing. Prop and harness is done. We'll do SAR on the ground. We've got 10 degrees of flaps. We want 77, 87, 90, 97 on downwind. The pattern altitude now. A little more clouds, so I'm going to go extend my crosswind and downwind. Looks like the 20 degrees of flaps. Are heading down to around 7,000. I'm going to go right to that hill. That's where I want to turn my final. Again, we're doing 77. We've got 2 knots of wind going this way. It will swap here in about another 2 minutes when we start going the other way. It's just how it works. Turning final 6850. There's perpendicular. I'm going to land about the first cone in, or maybe just a tiny bit past it. I don't want to shortchange myself. And I've got an 80-foot drop off at the end. Go full flaps now. Checklist is complete for as far as we can go. $77 knots. And there's our 5.
Minimums.
2 knots of headwind, potential downdraft, short final. Look like I'm getting a little bit low. 2 knots of headwind. Not a headwind, awesome. Alright, we're continuing. We're committed.
$500.
Whew, gets my breath. This place always holds my breath. But welcome here to Ibuy. Like I said, we're dropping off some sports equipment, which is really cool. Thank you, Buck, for arranging all of that. And if I have enough battery power and my stupid GoPro will continue working, then maybe I'll film the flight back as well, because I was sick for a few weeks with COVID, and so now I'm trying to catch back up on all of my recording. So thanks guys for taking the time to watch. If you guys are interested in getting some sunglasses or something like this, help support the channel. I'll leave some links down below. And if you want to see some on-the-ground content like out here in Ibuy, I also have a link to my Patreon page that I walk around the community sometimes. I've done it down here where we walk down and show you the community a little bit. And yeah, so thanks for taking the time, guys. See you guys next time.